Hey guys, Bump here, bringing you this Dragonflight Unholy video, specifically talking about why you should play Unholy Death Knight in Dragonflight. I know a lot of people out there are looking for the new main a couple of weeks in advance of the expansion release, and I'm just going to try and make that decision an informed one, especially when it comes to whether or not you should play in Unholy DK. To summarize, I would say, I am an Unholy main and I love Unholy, but still, I'm biased, but still, Unholy DK just looks great in Dragonflight. It's much more fun. It has some really good benefits, and I feel like the negatives are not that important for me, at least. So we'll talk through both everything in summary, also dig down into each and every positive and negative. Right, so the positives. We got some nice fun new spells in our talent trees, both things that were brought out from previous expansion and some complete new ones, all kind of interesting and fun. We have good playstyle variety depending on content. So in raid we'll have a specific build focused on summoning minions. In Mythic Plus we will have the wound build, so there's quite a lot of diversity and quite a lot of different ways you can play it on Unholy DK. We also have Insane Burst, both in single target and AoE, which I think is a big plus because it's going to make us a very attractive spec in most scenarios. And we're also incredibly tanky. We have so many new tools now that makes it very difficult to actually die from something. Some of the negatives, I would say that we don't have the most useful utility. There are definitely lots of different specs and classes out there which have better utility than us. We have a ton of buttons, both when it comes to the number of actual abilities and cooldowns to press, and it's gonna, for some people it just becomes too much and they want a spec which is just a bit slimmer in that regard. Furthermore, the rotation can be really quite complicated, I think, especially in Mythic Plus. That's a benefit for me personally. I really like that, but I understand that some people don't enjoy a kind of, I wouldn't say convoluted, but more complicated rotation that comes with Unholy. Right, that's the quick summary. If that's everything you wanted, you can close down the video, but let's dig a bit deeper into each one of these positives and negatives. So moving into Dragonflight from the pre-patch, we're going to see some slight differences in our builds. Like in the class tree, we can now pick up 2 out of 3 capstones. So in pre-patch, we generally just ran Empower Rune Weapon. We now will run like Empower Rune Weapon and Foundation Limb in Mythic Plus, or Empower Rune Weapon and Soul Reaper and Single Target, which is quite exciting. For the class tree, the fact that we can pick up more abilities means that we can now talent fully into the pet build for raid. All nice stuff, It's not that significantly different from pre-patch, but it's still nice to get some extra buttons to use. We talking about the burst here. So for single target, we have Army of the Dead, Apocalypse, Summon Gargle, all combined with the Commander of Dead, which just brings such an insane opening burst, right? All of those spells scale very well with haste, meaning Bloodlust is excellent, and very good synergy with PI, Power Infusion, right? I think Unholy is going to be the PI target in Dragonflight. And that's obviously going to make us powerful, because whoever gets PI just gets bumped up a little bit and becomes more attractive as a spec. For Mythic Plus, we have the Wound build with the quadratic scaling. There really is no other class that scales as well as us when we increase the target counts. Like if you go to 15 and plus targets, it's just no way anyone will beat us, right? We quadratically scale, which means that the more targets you add, the more DPS we do per target, in a sense. So very fun. I love the playstyle just blowing up packs in Mythic Plus and topping the meters. Yeah. Finally, the tankiness. Like, we have so many talents now that makes us more tanky. We've got Permafrost, we've got Veteran of the third wall, giving more stamina there. Gloom Ward, better absorbs. We've got Blood Draw, helps us when we drop low. We've got Nil on Acropolis, which is insanely strong for just preventing from dying with low HP. And Unholy Endurance too, as an extra kind of defensive button. There's so much in there, and it's going to make us one of the tankiest classes in the game. Great benefit. Now, talk a little bit more about negatives. So when it comes to utility, we have Death Grip, which is a mandatory spell to have in certain situations. Specific raid bosses, you need to grip something in, yeah? You need to have a DK. However, if you don't need that, the DK kind of doesn't bring anything else. We have AMZ for the medical DR. It's capped for 150% health, 150% of our health. It's useful. You can use it whenever there's magic damage. It will be useful to your group, but it's not like a deal breaker. I think fundamentally, the fact that other classes bring like a DPS boost to everyone just outshines whatever DK can bring. And I think this is the core issue with the Unholy DK and Dragonflight, is that it can simply, it might be unselected, not brought, just because it doesn't bring as much utility as other classes, yeah. We also have the lots of buttons and the overcomplicated rotation. For me personally, those are not issues, but for someone that's just picking up the spec, that might be a bit tricky. Hopefully, the guides I do put out will help any new player that's picking up the Unholy Death Knight to, you know, get a hold of that a bit easier. But it's, you know, it's not for everyone. Anyway, I absolutely love Unholy DK and what they've done to it moving into Dragonflight, and I would recommend anyone to at least try it out, get a feel for, you know, is this something you enjoy or not? And if you enjoy it, I would definitely play it, because I think it's going to be powerful, it's going to be fun, and it's going to be very satisfying once you master it. Leave a comment down below, let me know, are you going to play Unholy DK in Dragonflight? Going to join me and suffer well as the Death Knights we are? Leave an upvote down below, depending on what you thought about this video. Do consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.